Stream. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamers Podcast. We're back for a special year end, not year round, but year end wrap up. Talk about games that came out during the year that we liked, didn't like, and other things that we
all
just
that stuff. Yeah,
we get about talking about. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. And we are back. Okay, so.
Woo!
It's been, geez, where's the year gone? First of all, that's the question I want to ask first.
Joe, I'm not entirely sure. I think I said this to you in the van. Do my little blog thing on the WhatsApp. I don't know. It seems to have gone like really fast. Yeah. But when I think about things we've done throughout the year, personal and club and whatever, you think, oh, that took ages. That took absolutely ages. But I think we pretty much said the same last year. What a year it's been. It's gone so fast. Wow.
Well, here we are. We're 2 days away from Christmas.
Yeah, I know. 2 whole days. 2 whole days.
And for those who don't know already, Christmas is also Ewok's birthday, or CJ's birthday, shall we say. We call him Ewok. But it's going to be your birthday. How are you going to be, 50?
43.
He wishes.
43. No,
you wish you were going to be 43.
No. I know that Daryl's going to be watching this, okay? And I'm going to call him out. Because he's just made a comment on the Discord, which we'll talk about in a second, right? He's got a kind of a hot lap thing going on with the PC, okay?
Yep.
And I beat his time by like 5 seconds.
Wow.
And he's because you're GMT +5, right? That means he's still in the lead. No, absolute rubbish. Son of a bitch.
Yep. I'll eventually. Don't worry, Daryl, if you're listening. Hopefully you are. I will be jumping on that beforehand. So when we're done with this, I'll probably be jumping on that.
The live video hasn't shown on YouTube yet.
What's he say?
The live video is not shown on YouTube yet. What delay have you got set?
I don't know. I have it set for what I normally have.
Okay. It hasn't pinged up in the old YouTubers as yet.
Really?
Just
recorded on YouTube. We're live. We're going. I'm seeing it.
How weird is this? How very strange. No. Not showing on mine. How strange is that? I'm sure it'll kick it at some point. No, I don't know. I can't watch well. I like to comments and stuff.
Normal latency.
Yeah. So if I'm not seeing it, then possibly other people aren't seeing it.
Oh, wait, hold on. That might help.
So we weren't live quite. What was that? What did you forget to turn on there, Gal?
I forgot to make it public.
There we go. Always helps. Oh, look at that. Gamerz Podcast, we're live.
Yeah, but unfortunately now I'm frozen, so.
Look, there we are. Nice and live on YouTube.
Oh, there we go. There we are.
Fantastic. Amazing.
Sorry about that, folks. Luckily, we haven't really got into any conversations yet, so.
No, we've just badmouthed Daryl. That's all we've done so far. And he deserved it.
It was just their usual waste of 5 minutes in the beginning.
Yeah.
So nothing really missed.
No.
Although they did miss they missed our new intro. Shit. But go when the video's done or whatever, you can go back, check out the beginning, check out our new intro.
Yeah.
I redid the fonts and I redid new pictures and so forth. So
it's still our ugly mugs.
It's still our ugly mugs, yeah. I have to admit though, and it's no homo. In that photo I used of you, you actually look pretty good. You don't look like your ugly self.
It's actually it's not that old a photo, mate. I think it was like towards sort of middle of the year, where I sort of gave a shit about myself. Now it's just like pizza and.
Oh, I know this. I know it's less than a year old.
I was just about to say pizza and pussy. It's not pizza, just pizza and stuff. Why would I say that? That's not. I mean, for one, that's not fattening. That's what I mean.
You know, watch out! You don't want your nephew catching on bad words.
Right. Let's fill everybody in. Okay, so I was at a family gathering yesterday. Okay, and I was approached by my brother-in-law's son, who's 12. Now, the link to our channel had been given to him by my stepson, and he's been 12. He's been watching some of the broadcasts, and it's some of the ones we've been doing with the video. Okay. But things I don't know which one he's been watching, and I'm quite concerned because obviously some of our humour can be a bit twisted and a bit dark, and not really for the ears of a 12-year-old boy.
You think?
So I did kind of say to Mr. McDonald yesterday, he's watching our broadcast, mate. Not that it's it's not a safe broadcast. It's not meant for kids. We don't go out to be rude and dirty and dark and.
Well, it's not that it's not meant for kids, but we also don't hold that. It has adult language, plain and simple.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
So if you don't want your children hearing adult language, then I don't know.
So what I'm gonna do is
don't send him an Angry Joe.
Yeah. I'm not gonna name him, right? But if you're watching and you know who I'm talking to, turn it off. You're not allowed to watch this, okay? It's nice to see you yesterday, but you're not allowed to watch this. So just make sure you turn it off, okay? There we go. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So yeah, I'm home for the Christmas holidays, and I don't know. I just trying to catch up on things. And if you've noticed, we don't have the normal. If you've watched the show before, we don't have the normal background.
No,
some things have changed, and that is my fault. I built a new PC, and the PC I had that I was actually running all of this on was an Asus all-in-one computer, touchscreen, the whole thing, and I was using that to run the podcast and to do little things here and there. And then I had another PC, which I have over here, which was for my racing. That's a gaming PC, which I now have set up as a server for a few games. Then I built this one. Well, then I ended up selling the Asus to my son because he wanted a newer computer.
So it's a long story getting to what actually happened, Gal. It really is.
So without even thinking about it, to sell it to my son, I reset the computer back to factory settings. And totally forgot about anything I may have had on the hard drives. It was just like, oh, okay. It was kind of in a rush to get it done.
Like maybe everything we need for the podcast.
And I said, well, yeah, and that's the thing. That's the only thing that was mildly important on the PC was some of the saved stuff I had for the podcast. Everything else I could live without. I could redo whatever I could find again. But stuff I had set up for the podcast, it was just... I can't believe I did that. So I've went through, and of course now what you see is what you get. So it may change again. So once I keep fine tuning it and stuff, but so yeah, that was my blonde moment for the year.
Daryl, like big words, like little Todd's playing Tom Clancy on the side monitor. What? What are you talking about?
Because I played... I think he's talking about because I played The Division all day yesterday.
Oh yes, you did. Yeah, I didn't notice you were.
Yeah, I was grinding the division because because the division. Everybody knows who watches the podcast knows the division is one of my favorite games, and now that I play it on PC, I want to get my agent up to the levels that I have my agents on my consoles. So
now, would that be the male agent or the female agent?
it's a male agent.
Or use male characters this time?
Yes, I use the male character.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to get into it. You know, I'm not going to berate you, mate. It's the end of the year. I'm going to be adult about the year this time round. I think it's time for a bit of maturity in this show. You know, let's have a level of continuity.
Maturity with you? Okay, we'll see if that happens.
See, this is what I'm not rising to, people. I'm not going to rise to is mediocre, failed, immature attempts to bring me into his level. Not going to work. No? Okay, right.
So
anyway, so
this year in gaming, what do you think of this year when it came to gaming?
It's a bit of a mixed bag. I know that's quite an ambiguous statement, right? But it's a bit of a mixed bag because my kind of outlook on gaming has changed, obviously, with the way we ended the last podcast as to my kind of change of circumstances. And no, I'm not going through the change of life. And no, I'm not getting any operations. It's just that when we finished
PC.
Yeah, when we finished the last podcast so many months ago, before the hiatus when you went out trucking, I was getting a PC. So obviously I've got the PC now, and things have kind of changed. So the club, the grid, that's moved. We've come off Facebook. We've gone to Discord to encompass the PC world and such. So it's kind of all new. So we're looking to 2019 where it's kind of a new start, if you like. But with a PC, I've got loads of games. I've got games that I can't play for certain reasons, but we'll touch on that on the next podcast. But I'm enjoying it, and I've got a different outlook on gaming because of the PC purchase. The sim racing and stuff I'm enjoying tremendously. But even other games, it's nice to play. So I'm not just looking at console games. I'm kind of potentially looking at any game that comes out and thinking, what would that be like in PC? What would it be like in PC? So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the what's coming out with gaming and stuff.
What do you mean? Who's the old guy in the white shirt? He's the one going. He's the one with the birthday in 2 days, not me.
Yeah, but I mean, you do look a bit old sat there, with your grey goatee and your glasses and your big shirt. You do look a bit.
Well, these are actually blue light glasses.
You look at your blue light glasses. See, now, anybody who wears blue light glasses, he was well holding up a banner saying, "I'm old and I can't stare at a screen too long." It's only that's what happens.
Hey, blue light damages your eyes, causes fatigue. But you're using a TV, so you're not using an actual monitor. So I don't think for you it's that big of a deal. Me, I'm actually sitting in front of a monitor.
Yeah, but you just had yours though, yeah.
Yeah, I had mine.
You did, yeah, you did. 110. He'll shortly be catching up with Gandalf, who I think is currently 130.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be sure to help me celebrate on Christmas Day. CJ's 50th birthday.
50. Like, if I was 50 in 2 days, all I can say is, damn, I look good. I'm gonna look good for 43, but I look tremendous for fucking 50.
You're gonna be 44, not 43.
Shut up. 1975 is when I was born, on Christmas Day, and it was a very, very special day. The world celebrated. That's a fact. In 1975, on 25th December, the world celebrated.
Oh, you're gonna be 44. Oh, your mom didn't tell you you were born in 74. She's been lying to you this whole time.
Do you ever wonder how we actually managed to get through 41 prior podcasts? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just wondering if I was high most of the time, you know, or somebody induced with some sort of drug. I don't know. Yeah, hi Brandon. Sorry, you're chatting away there, mate. I do apologise.
So anyway, back to the games.
Gaming, yeah, gaming. I think it's been a weird year.
I think to me, I would have to agree with you, but it's also been a year of, oh, how do I want to put it?
Oh, Brandon, behave. He's chatting me up, mate. He's chatting me up.
He's older than you.
Keep saying stuff like me. Well, he's same age as me, isn't he? Keep saying stuff like me. You might get some. You might get a little letter in the post. Maybe a CD.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, how do I want to say? It's really been a year. Games have been funky this year.
Funky.
So many. Well, so I mean, wait.
Sorry, you're trying to chat. I'm just seeing the comments. Sorry, carry on.
When you're sitting there and looking back at all the games this year, I mean, you're hard pressed to actually find and think of a game that didn't come out without any major issues this year. I mean, this year was the issue.
No.
There was major issues with games. It's like developers. It's like every developer released a half-assed developed game that needed fixing. I mean, almost every one of them. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm talking about AAA titles. I'm not talking about indie titles. I'm talking about AAA titles. So many of them came out this year that were just so broken right out of the gate.
I mean, we spoke about something a while back, right? And I'm hoping that 2019 we see the end of it, right? And that's the Battle Royale thing. It's done. It's dusted, right?
Yeah.
We've got PUBG. Fortnite's just taking the world over. I wish if you could put it in a box and burn it or bury it in a chemical wasteland like Chernobyl, so it can never be touched again. That's
the reason Fortnite is so popular is because it's free and the kids can play it.
Right. Now, obviously, you had the PUBG, Fortnite, and then COD had to jump on the bandwagon.
It's not a bad genre.
Battlefield kind of has,
but it's not a bad genre.
And I've Red Dead 2 yet, yeah.
Well, we haven't gotten to that point yet.
I haven't got to that yet, but it's done and dusted now. You know, I'm hoping that 2019 is to be a fresh outlook on gaming.
Wait! No. I want to continue on this. It's dusted. If you took that attitude on so many games, it's like, oh, okay, that's been done. You can't do it anymore. I mean, is that what you're saying? Is nobody make a battle royale anymore?
I think battle royale as a whole, right, has dominated 2018, and I don't think
I'd probably say the last 6 months. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right, but yeah, but the way it's hit the market and it's the domination. You just well say what happened in 2018 battle royale. It's the only major thing that's taken over.
Yeah.
Every platform
since summertime.
And commanded all the major titles. So I think I'm hoping that 2019 sees something different. Something instead of studios and developers going, well, they've done that. We'll do what they do, because that's what everyone's done. Everyone's just jumped the bandwagon. You've got this palaver. I was watching videos of the Call of Duty, and it's just still COD. All right, it's battle royale, but it's still bloody COD. My biggest, I suppose, gripe gaming wise, and this it really annoyed me. Now it's a franchise you're not a fan of, but they've done it, they've messed it up, and they're now in a position where I'm talking about EA here with Battlefield. Okay, they're now in a position where they have to think very, very carefully how they're going to. Okay, so the beta Battlefield 5 came out, fantastic, ran amazing, ran better than the full game of Battlefield 1. They released the game, and there was just something wasn't there. That little X factor in the beta wasn't there. Okay, now in addition to this, they've went, hold on a second, all our new players are finding it difficult to play the game. So what we're going to do, we're going to reduce the time it takes for you to die. Right?
They've reverted that.
Right? Yeah. After a massive backlash.
Yeah, they were.
The problem is with it, the damage that has done already, right? Their play numbers just dropped massively.
Battlefield 5 does not have anywhere near the numbers as any previous version.
Yeah.
That's why only a week after it was released, it went on sale. It went on half price. That they're having such a hard time. And a lot of it has to do with their mentality when they presented the game. When they presented it and they said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Well, guess what? The gamers said, okay, screw you. We're not buying it.
The problem is that the game itself, it's a better game than Battlefield 1. They've taken elements for the mechanics of how your character, if you like, your player reacts and interacts with the surrounding world. And Battlefield 1 didn't have that. So to have that, and then like you said, the attitude they had towards the game from the developer, well, how can you expect your publisher to get behind it if that's going to be attitude towards your brand new product? So hopefully with Christmas coming in, everybody shopping presents, we'll see an influx of new gamers or potential new purchasers, and get back up and running. Because when you get a good game at it, it is a bloody good game. And the environments are absolutely fantastic. I mean, they are absolutely amazing. You can't follow them. They've been really good. It's just that it's the little things, as it is with any major title, right? You can have a fantastic title and things that let it down. Even in the sim racing world, you get a fantastic title, that little thing just niggles away, and it can ruin the enjoyment for you. So if anything, that's my biggest, I suppose, gripe when it comes to sort of games, is the way Battlefield 5 have handled it, or EA have handled it, and the whole Battle Royale.
Yeah, I remember when Turn 10 said that too, Brandon, but unfortunately that didn't hurt them like it did EA. Well, and I think mainly the reason it hurt EA more was because people are already pissed off at EA. People don't like EA as it is. I mean,
EA and Ubisoft, they'll need a dramatic thing. You've been talking about.
No, not Ubisoft. Ubisoft.
They've all got the same attitude, mate.
Ubisoft doesn't have that attitude. They've never really said that. But the two companies people have the biggest problems with are Activision and EA. EA more so than some, and people are just finding a reason to not want to buy an EA title. And EA does not make it hard for people to find that reason, to be honest with you, with their mentality and the bullshit they pull. I mean, look at all the Star Wars fans they pissed off. They went and canceled. They closed down Visceral Studios, which were working on the new Star Wars game. And the reason they had said they were shelving it, is because it was too linear. Linear Star Wars game is what the fans want. We don't want an online multiplayer, continued story Star Wars games. If we want that, we'll go play the Old Republic.
Yeah.
We want a linear game like we got with the Jedi Academy, like we got with the Force Unleashed. We want a linear Star Wars game.
Sometimes games don't need depth and a story to it. It's sometimes they don't, but a lot of times they do. And when it comes to a Star Wars title, yes, while it could be fun having the Battlefront stuff, which, don't get me wrong, I thought the Battlefront stuff was good. The whole mentality behind the loot boxes and all that stuff, I thought it was a little overblown, to be honest with you. I really do. I think it was way overblown. But we also want that Force Unleashed game. When we had those games where we could then just go in and we could play a story. And this is where Sony capitalizes. Why everybody says, Xbox doesn't have games, blah, 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 blah. Sony capitalizes and says, listen, we're going with the exclusive story-driven games. And that's why when you see a multiplayer game on the PlayStation, it's generally a cross-platform multiplat, a AAA multiplat. But when you get into their exclusives, a few of them, like Left 4 Dead, which I still don't understand why people think it's a good game,
Just have to throw that out there.
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead
Should have been Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, and actually, I think it was Uncharted 3. Their multiplayers actually were very popular, which was a new thing for PlayStation. But they still go with the story-driven games, and that's where they capitalize. And people need to honestly look at PlayStation and say, listen, look at what PlayStation's doing. But in the same turn, now the argument can be made against PlayStation too, is like, well, yeah, PlayStation they do a lot of exclusives that are story-driven, blah, 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 blah. But PlayStation also doesn't sell a lot of exclusives. Their fan base does not actually support them on their exclusive titles. So it's like you got to catch 22. What do you do? Multiplats sell better than anything. And there is no exclusive let me reiterate that. There's very few exclusive titles that can actually sell at the level as a multiplat. You have your few. Uncharted was one of them.
The last Uncharted was, I don't know. I played it, I completed it, but I wasn't blown away by it. For me, the last Uncharted was just, it was more the same. I don't, apart from the actual characters themselves being, 2 lead female roles, it was just something the movie scene is doing just now, just way too much. I think they thought, well, this is going to bring on a new dynamic and it didn't. It felt quite stale. The puzzles were just, puzzles of the puzzle are quite interesting, but the game itself just felt pretty stale. Just rehashed stuff, and I didn't think it added anything to the franchise. Uncharted 3 was fantastic. Did they need another one? Probably not. I'll be honest. I don't think they did. Sometimes sequels or game franchises just go too far.
Well, yeah, but I think
Brandon's mentioned
Uncharted 4 was actually their best seller.
Sorry, Uncharted 4. Sorry, which was my first one actually. Brandon's mentioned something there which you don't agree with. The Battlefield community, yeah. Bad Company 3 talk about multiplayers.
Yeah, a lot they do. They want that.
And things they don't want that for. Funny enough, I don't think they want that for multiplayer. They want that because the campaign of that was actually really, really enjoyable. The combat was very accessible, fun. It was great. You could get into it, but the little story about the actual squad was actually quite enjoyable throughout the game. Some the one-liners and just the quirkiness of the characters added something.
See, and then that's where somebody like me, who was a person who played Battlefield from the beginning,
yeah,
Battlefield 1942 to Battlefield Vietnam, then to what I still think is the best Battlefield was Battlefield 2, and then the whole, well, we need to start making games for the console is what killed it. And I'm sorry, and I know this is an unpopular opinion and people will think I'm an idiot for it, but games like the Bad Company series and Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 with all the campaign shit is what ruined the Battlefield franchise. Battlefield franchise was not created as a campaign-driven game. It was a multiplayer-only game. You had to be online to play it, and that's all there was to it. And that's why it was so good back in the day. Except for that horrible Battlefield 2142 where they tried the futuristic shit.
Obviously, we all know that, Gally's wrong about this Battlefield stuff. He just has a gripe about Battlefield.
No, I think taking Battlefield and bringing it to the console like they did, and they had to have campaigns in it, which is, they did it with Battlefield 2. They brought out a Battlefield 2 for consoles. It was called Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, but it wasn't the same game we had on PC. And that's where the game, the franchise took a wrong turn, in my opinion, was to pander to the consoles. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been a console player for a long time, but it's just a franchise that didn't belong on console.
But the thing is, it is hugely. I don't think, apart from obviously the issues that's going on with Battlefield 5 just now and dramas at EA, generally Battlefield is a joy to play. I mean, I'm still playing Battlefield 4. Absolutely love that game. Still playing it.
See now,
do you know what I mean?
And then that's just it. Now that consoles can support the same type of battle arena that you get with a PC, because now you can do the 64-player maps just like we had on PCs. You know, we were doing back in the original Battlefield. Now that you can do that on consoles, stop with the campaign bullshit. If people don't like the fact that there's not a campaign, then they're not going to fucking buy it. Fuck it. I don't care.
But I would say of the last two Battlefields, although I didn't like Battlefield 1 as a multiplayer, as a single player, the last two, I have enjoyed the campaign because of the historical accuracy. They tell a story and they use facts from the wars, and they tell a story. Little stories. Each chapter's a story, a certain part. A corps or an arm or a regiment, and I like that because it's. In some cases, it's almost like watching a mini movie as the story unfolds.
But it's not original. Call of Duty did that with Call of Duty 2.
Yes, it's not original, but it's done it's done beautifully. They do it amazingly well, and it's you enjoy doing the combat, but then you get the cutscene, and obviously the story kicks in. Some of this, the facts and the acting involved in it. It's quite moving, and you get quite sort of caught up in the actual story.
But there is no facts.
There is facts.
There is no facts. Battlefield 5 is a completely made-up story. Well, not completely. They took actual stuff that happened in World War II and created their own characters.
Yes, and where this?
There's no facts.
They're not portraying real people.
Well, so then it's not a factual story. It's not a factual story.
The facts in the game, right? The facts about the war in the game are true. Yes, the characters are not real characters.
The missions aren't real either.
Yes, the missions aren't real, Gasp.
So then where are you getting facts? If it's not real, you can't have a fact.
You can't have that. Right, see.
It's fiction. Fact or fiction.
We're going to move with the Battlefield because I think Gal's going to have... It's just blah. Okay. See, Brandon's backing up your love for the Battlefield campaign. For me, they weren't long enough. There's not enough of them.
Like I said, I think the you had your fan base on Battlefield. You didn't need to change it. Plain and simple.
Do you think? Is it just a case of gaming?
And they did it to compete with COD. That was the sad part.
Right. Jumping around doesn't create a connection. It doesn't. But it's worked for Microsoft on Halo for how long?
Actually, it hasn't. Halo's been roasted the past few. I think since Halo 4 they've been roasted. Which I don't get. I mean, you people. I think most people were just pissed off because, spoiler alert, Cortana died.
But she didn't, because she appeared in my bloody windows.
Yeah, they had to kill her off in the game so she could come to your windows. But a lot of people are like, "Oh well, Halo 5, it totally sucked." It's like, well, I didn't think Halo 5 actually sucked. It was not that bad of a game. It had great gameplay. It had good multiplayer.
Thing is, I actually own the anniversary thing, the rehash.
So do I.
Of it.
Yeah.
And
Master Chief Collection.
I've picked it up now and again, but it's nice going back to it. But
the problem with Halo is because they started making the game shorter and shorter as they went along.
Well, yeah,
because they concentrated more on the multiplayer.
Yeah, remember a while back we actually spoke about how.
Yeah, we were playing Halo 2, and it was like, oh yeah, what? What? The game's over?
Yeah. Like we said back then, should have done. But what is next year going to bring gaming wise? I mean, Obviously, we're talking quite a lot about the console side. We've got the PC side as well, especially with the sim racing.
We're not worried about next year. We're worried about this year. What happened this year? Well, okay, so all right, I want to get off this whole Battlefield 5 bullshit because we can't agree on it.
Thank you. No, we can't because you're wrong.
And I'm never wrong. And it's just, I don't know. It's just a controversy, and right now it is a.
Oh, Brandon's a bit upset.
Sore spot.
He cares for the Master Chief. I'm sure he's in a retirement home somewhere.
Well, we're going to see what happens. I think everybody's just pissed off at 343. And then this is the part I don't get. People when it comes to Halo.
Where's the major movie? That's what I want to see. This promised major movie was supposed to happen.
They've had two of them.
No, I'm talking like top billing proper movie.
That ain't gonna happen.
Not these little private funded things. I'm talking about.
No, there's not. Excuse me.
I think that would go down well. I think that would be good.
Zero Dawn was a damn good movie. I actually thought it was a good movie, and the fact that they left the Master Chief out of it until the very end was pretty good. Because they did a whole movie on what happened at Reach, the build up to Reach and all that stuff. So they've done a couple of movies. They even did a TV show.
I caught about that. Man, I was
and you're right. Bungie died, but that's the thing with that's the part I don't get is people were like pissed that 343 took it over. They're like, oh, it's never been the same since Bungie. Bungie goes and does Destiny. Now everybody's pissed at Bungie, and of course pissed at Activision. So it's like you people, and I've said this before, people don't realize what kind of company Bungie was. Halo was only good with Bungie because Microsoft made them good. Bungie was a mediocre software development company before they were only on PC. They weren't a console developer. They were mediocre at best before they created the whole Halo thing, which of course they started doing for Apple before Microsoft bought them. So then they brought it to the Xbox original. So, and then of course what they did is under Microsoft's direction became huge. People loved Bungie, people loved Halo, and then all of a sudden 343 sits there and goes and takes over. Now everybody's pissed off, blah blah blah. Bungie now pissed up. So it's like, well, how do you win with this whole scenario? Because it confuses me because you're pissed off at Bungie for this, and then you're like, oh, I wish Bungie was still doing Halo. But if they were still doing Halo, who's to say they wouldn't be fucking it up like they are with Destiny?
Yeah. And Destiny's just Halo. It is.
Destiny was a complete rip-off on some things when it came to Halo. I mean, some of the character movements, weapons, stuff like that. Yeah, they were direct rip-off.
Talking of character movements, a little bit off subject. Have you seen the story about this kid that's suing the people who make Fortnite through a dance? Have you seen this?
It's not a kid. It's Carlton. It's Alfonso Ribeira from Fresh Prince.
No. It's some kid who was up in the stands doing some dance at some game somewhere in the States, right? You know, it's like the silly dance where you know hands are going behind you. I can't do it anyway. The kid's mum or something is now pursuing the company that makes Fortnite and suing them over this dance because they've taken the dance, and I know they've taken the Carlton dance as well. That's
They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to get thrown out of court.
But it's like, what? So your kid does this silly little dance to stands. It appears in a video game. Did he copyright it?
Shut up, Brandon.
Did he make it up? Do you know what I mean? Brandon, you're right on the money, my friend. Just when I thought I was losing you, when you're being Galley's little fanboy, thank you for stepping up. For those who haven't seen the comment, Brandon has reached out, tugged my little heartstrings.
And Brandon has says Division is the best game ever.
Shit. Division is really bad.
No, it's not.
Left, get coffee, come back to Halo. How long were you gone?
I know, Jesus.
Well, no, if it's Daryl, he's going down to Starbucks. He doesn't make coffee.
Fucking Starbucks. Oh, God.
Posh for that.
You know, friends don't let friends drink Starbucks, you know. Right there, buddy. Dunkin' Donuts. That's the only way to go.
It says Gamerz Podcast Division on the top of the overlay. Yeah, I did mention that when you was choosing the background. I said, could you have Division posters?
There's only 2 Tom Clancy games there, Daryl.
There is. Yeah, there is. And a Bungie.
And a Battlefield.
Yeah, there is, yeah. And EAs. Well, there's a few EAs there. So.
There's Ubisoft.
Bloody hell, there's a few there. Ubisoft. Now, say Ubisoft, right? We didn't mention Ubisoft. I think we have to. Okay.
The Ubisoft's doing everything right now.
2019 needs to be their year of.
Okay, we're not getting. All right, let's concentrate on 2018. We're not doing year in advance. We're doing year in review.
I'm just saying because I don't think up to
concentrate
this
here,
point,
buddy.
They've done very. I don't think they've done anything.
Ubisoft is probably the best developer right now.
The best at promising something and giving you 80% of it on release. That's one thing I want to change.
Yeah, but Ubisoft's not the one screwing the gamers, like Activision and EA are.
I don't know.
You're not getting screwed.
We are. Of course we are with Ubisoft. Right?
With what?
Games, right? Graphically, right? This is what we're going to give you at E3. Look how beautiful this game is. Oh, wow. Look how well rendered it is. Amazing.
And that's like 75% of all games ever shown at E3.
This is something I want to talk about, right? Where I think...
For anybody who thinks they're going to get a game that actually looks like what you see at E3 3 years later when it actually released, if you think it's going to be the same game, you're an idiot.
Yeah, but it should look remotely like it.
And the Division
version of it.
The Division does look in most parts like what you saw.
Mate, do you remember the trailer for the actual the engine they were building for Division? Right.
The one thing you actually did not ever get in the Division was remote play by tablet for your friends to join in as drones. That was the one thing you actually did not get.
See, I want developers and studios. I want them to have some sort of a liability, right? They have to be responsible for. If you're going to show me this, when I buy the disc or download it digitally, I want that. I don't want a downgraded version of it. If you can produce that now, in 3 years,
you can.
I want that minimum. And Ubisoft do not pump that out.
You can. Then go buy yourself a PC. Everybody stop playing on console, and they won't have to downgrade shit.
It does. I've got a PC. It shouldn't matter about that.
Yes, it does, because a console cannot match a PC for power.
In that case, right?
It's like when it comes to sim racing. We love sim racing, right? Well, no, you play a game. You play a game. We'll take a Settle Corsa.
I stay with Ubisoft for a second, right? We'll get on sim racing in a minute, right? Okay, you had your Battlefield rant. This is my Ubisoft rant.
Okay, whatever.
Okay? Okay. So I'm on the clock. Just time me.
Yeah, but Ubisoft hasn't had any complaints against them yet.
Well, they have from me, right? So, what we're saying is, I think developers and gamers, right? If you're going to go to E3, you're coming to Xbox, fine. I want that on Xbox. Don't run a PC version on a big screen, going, "Hey guys, this is what you're going to get on Xbox. This is what you get on Xbox One X," and then they buy it and they go, "That's not what I got. Why am I not getting what was on the screen?" If that's for PC, fine. This week you get Windows 10 and on a different screen say, right, this is. Right, a little bit of transparency, right, and honesty, right. Yes, you want to take our money. Yes, we're going to spend our money on your platform, but have the common courtesy to be truthful with us, right? And maybe you'll get the undying support from your fan base instead of losing the fan base to other platforms and what have you. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck?
The Daryl. Are we going to get into Dance Dance Revolution titles?
He's a dick, isn't he? I do. I think it's wrong. I think it's absolutely wrong.
Yes, but unfortunately, it's been happening for many, 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 many years, and it's just like I said. So it just people just this, and this is where I say, and my complaint has always been, and of course, it's happened more recently than it used to, because games, you didn't usually get 3 to 5 year lead-ins. No. They need to stop it.
Yeah.
If E3 is coming up and your game is not going to be releasing within the end of that year, don't show your game.
Well, look at
plain and simple. If your game is at least is a year to 2 years, 3 years down the road,
don't mention it.
Don't fucking show it.
Yeah.
Wait until E3 comes around before the release of your game. I'm so sick of this. Oh, look what we got. I mean, look at what was Below. That major indie title that just released, but was shown 3 years ago or 4 years ago at E3.
Or they'll show something at E3, and then 3 years later, the project's cancelled. It doesn't happen. I totally agree.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, the Star Wars games are phenomenal for that.
Yeah. If you're going to show E3 or whatever, about E3 or whatever, kind of that sort of arena of here's what we've got. Show. Yeah, that game.
I mean, we're still waiting for Article 33
released.
Motherfuckers.
Do you know what game? Talking of games, one game I haven't seen anything about recently. I'm going to have to do some digging. Cyberpunk, which we spoke about a few months back. I'm going to have to do some digging because it's a game I'm looking forward to actually coming out. I don't know.
I think my only problem with the Cyberpunk 2077 is the fact that it's going to be in first player. I'm not sure how I'm going to like that.
That's what they announced. That may have changed.
No, the CD Projekt Red has said that that's how the game's going to be. They're not going to put a third person view in. It's going to be a first person player. It's going to be a first person shooter aspect. And I don't know. I don't know how well I'm going to like that.
I mean,
of course, then again, there's still people questioning whether it's going to release on fucking console now. I mean, look at the major issues with a simple game like Wreckfest.
Page down another event. Daryl, hold on a second, mate. Why would you have? Right, we've got E4. These games are coming out next year. We're going to have another E4 Part 2. These games are not coming out for 3 years. That doesn't make sense, mate. Having two big shows. No.
We've already got 5 or 6 freaking video game conferences to begin with.
I mean, the new Metro. I'm looking forward to. I want to see that. But here's an issue. I read that Sony, right, are not going to be at the next E3. Now,
again, stop talking about 2019. Dude, I'm dead serious about this. Concentrate on what has happened. Please. I don't want to talk about that. That is not for this show.
You know what my head's like, mate?
All you're talking about is shit that's coming. I want to talk about things that have been.
Let me make a note. Okay? Let me make a note. Hold on. I have to make a note.
My God.
Right.
Don't talk about 2019. There's a quick, simple note.
Don't listen to Guy. That's what I wrote as well. Say don't listen.
The problem with the Wreckfest, Daryl, Wreckfest was supposed to. Well, it's already been out for a year already on PC. I think, or almost a year. And Wreckfest, and you're right, Brandon. Wreckfest is a damn awesome game. Now they were supposed to release on console in November. Now, of course, they couldn't get it to work properly because of the lack of power that consoles have. Now, people really remember, the Xbox One X and PS4, they're powerful. They're just as good as... No, they're not. You got to remember, the console, the PS4 and the Xbox One X, they're using Jaguar chips. Jaguar chips are mobile processors. They're meant for things like tablets and cell phones. They're not meant for PC-grade desktop or laptop use. So no, they do not have the power of a regular CPU. So you are not getting it. So now they're trying to get these games to work on the console, and because of the depth of the damage model of Wreckfest, which, as you can see, being a sim racer yourself, when you play games like Forza or Project Cars or Assetto Corsa or Gran Turismo, you don't have the damage model like you can see on Wreckfest. And
not unless you've got your own mobile landline.
Not unless what?
Not unless you've got your own mobile landline.
So they're having a hard time getting this game to work on the consoles, and they said we've delayed it, and now you notice there's no date for the delay. It's just we're not going to release it until we're happy with the way it plays. So
that's about time, because there's 2 titles that get crossed over to the PC, ported over on a console, that clearly are not ready for console, but they released them anyway.
Yeah.
So of course.
But this is why I am taking the position to where I'm beginning to think Wreckfest isn't going to come to console at all. They're just going to cancel the whole thing. I don't think they're going to be able to get it to work properly. And if they do it, you are not going to get the same game. You are not going to get the damage model.
Of course you're not.
So if they do, it's going to be a dumbed down version of Wreckfest.
Mm-hmm. So basically, it's going to be like Forza 6, wouldn't it? First corner Forza 6.
Yes, Brandon. They said Wreckfest on console in 2019, but they've also have not given any release dates. And the publisher, or not the publisher, but the developer said we are not going to release it until, and this is their words, we are not going to release it until we love playing it. So,
Brandon, when you're not listening, no talk about 2019. He made that abundantly clear. Let's talk about next year.
No, Wreckfest is already out.
Doesn't matter. He's mentioned 2019. One rule for one rule for all.
They're just going to call it Fest.
That sounds rude. That sounds really dirty, doesn't it? How was your weekend? Oh, I had a great fest.
Had a great weekend on Fest.
It does sound a bit dodgy, doesn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, so that was a major letdown for this year, because I'll be honest with you, if you're still on console and you're racing, it's well, no, I'm talking about it because it was a major letdown for this year, Brandon. That's why I'm talking about Wreckfest, because it was supposed to be out this year for console. And it was a major letdown because if you are a sim racer, and you're looking for a game to where you can just have nothing but just pure fun with, but even still, I think, and Brandon can back me up on it, Wreckfest actually has a pretty good handling model. The force feedback and the handling is very decent in that game when it comes to being on a PC and using a wheel.
Kimber's here.
So it's just I think that was a major letdown for this year amongst several, because all right, I've lost my train of thought here. Hi, Kimber.
Rocket League expansion.
There'll be a Rocket League expansion.
Hasn't GTA just done some kind of Rocket League arena thing?
No, they've that there's another game. I know what you're thinking of. The one that GTA's done a death race.
Yeah, but it's in a big arena thing, isn't it?
No, that was The Crew. The Crew's doing the Wreckfest type thing. The Crew 2 did a Demolition Derby type Wreckfest thing. Oh, don't even get me started on that, Brandon. Please do not get me started on that.
Right, so as per request from one of our avid viewers, I think it's the first time he's been here, I'll be completely honest. We're going to start discussing games in 2020. Since 2019.
Where's that disconnect button?
Hey, it's a request by one of our viewers.
Shut up.
And
so looking back on 2018. Okay, 2018. Got it?
Okay.
I know you can't see me, but I can see you.
I can see you. 2018. Yeah, okay. Okay. I can see you. There in your old man's hat and t-shirt. Glasses.
What game was your game for the year?
For the year. Any platform?
Any platform. Doesn't matter.
Any platform.
I know it'll be a console game, so.
No. I'll be honest.
Really?
No, I'll be honest. The game that probably...
That released this year?
Oh, I didn't wait. Right, obviously I started PC this year, so that's I think the game that would gave me the inner cuddle, if you like, made me feel good. Did I just say inner cuddle? That's something your shrink talks about. Today we'll discuss the inner cuddle and how you can feel better about yourself. Was Race Room, believe it or not. I don't know. I can't jump on Race Room, obviously PC game, without having a smile on my face. It's really weird because I don't have to mess around with it. I jump in the car. I don't have to mess with the settings. I've tweaked them a little bit, but that's it. Whereas, like, with Project Cars or Assetto, very rarely can you jump in and go, I tweak something, or turn this, or turn that, or turn that up, down. You got to do something before you even get on track. With this, I can jump on it and off I go, and it does make me quite happy. And yes, Brandon, I said inner cuddle. I was going to come back to bite me right in the ass.
Yeah, but
it really is.
Yeah, and I'll agree. Race Room has had a lot of great updates in this last towards the end of the year here. We've gotten some great additions when it came to the WTCR cars. We've got the GT4s now. We've got that new Porsche they just released.
I think,
and some good. We actually got new tracks this year too. Twin Ring Motegi, my personal favorite.
I mean, Race Room, PC, console. What's a tough one? Up until the point where I got bored of it, I was actually enjoying Far Cry, and then it got to a point where thinking this is just getting really boring now, really boring.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. It was it's a bit new. So Far Cry 5 up until I got bored, and Race Room on the PC. That's my kind of brand. Let's jump on our track podcast. Really? Try and leave. I know you live. Just try and leave.
You can't. I shut the server down.
We've got Ron and me.
Not on Race Room.
Not on Race Room, no. Not Race Room.
I'm the only one on the Race Room.
Until I fire up the server.
No.
Wait.
You can wait.
No. Like a shop dinner, you're not leaving the table until it's done. We're the dinner. We're not done. You sit at the table. So yeah, Race Room and Far Cry 5 for me was the warm points of the year. What about yourself?
See, me, it's hard because I don't think
I'll be the first time in years. Sorry.
I wish I could deny that.
Oh, man. That was that part before I even thought about it. Sorry. I'm so
God,
sorry.
you're so filthy today.
I really hope that wee guy's not watching. Oh man.
For me, it's a difficult choice because I don't think I'm trying to think of any new title I've really played this year.
It doesn't have to be a new title. Do you know what I mean? Any game.
Well, yeah, it does because it has to be something that's come out this year, and to me, nothing really stands out because there were so many problems with games this year.
All right, if it's not a title that's come out this year, game have you played? And bear in mind, obviously, being the road up until you went on the road, right? What game would you say gave you the inner cuddle for the year? I'm just gonna overuse that now, so it doesn't bother me. What gave you the inner cuddle this year? Today would be good.
I would have to say Wreckfest.
Wreckfest, okay.
Wreckfest, because you just can't beat when we all get out on the track for Wreckfest and just have a blast. I mean, if you ever watch the streams with Sean Cole on the Sim Pit, when we're all out there racing, and you could just hear the way we're all laughing and having a ball. I don't get that with any other game.
Is it similar to the old wind down on Forza?
Even better, because you're actually racing and wrecking, and
Okay.
So, I mean, Brandon will back me up. Wreckfest is just nothing but pure joy when we're all out there with the sim pit.
Good, mate.
But I don't know. It's just like there was out of the few games that have released this year. I mean, the South Park Fractured Butthole was a good title.
Fractured Butthole.
Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, butthole. Is that what you said?
Butthole.
Yeah, butthole. Yeah.
Yeah, Buttwhole.
Oh, I like what they've done there. I like that. Yeah. Fractured ring piece. Okay.
But that was a new title I picked up this year. Spider-Man on PS4, actually good. I have not, and yes, I don't know what I've been waiting for, but I have not picked up the Red Dead Redemption 2 yet. So
I did, and I did.
It is easily the best game of the year. From what I've seen and what I get from feedback from friends and so forth, Red Dead Redemption 2 is easily the game of the year. I
mean, you know me, I get trotting about on the horse and stuff. It's all right. It's one of these games I've picked up, played for an hour, I put it down. Picked it up, played it for an hour, put it down.
It's
not like Cornholio.
It's if you're picking up Red Dead 2 and expecting the same type of game as Red Dead 1, you're going to be disappointed. It's not the same type. It's along the same type, but it's a lot more in depth in Red Dead 2. So,
okay. Well, see, I wasn't a big fan of the first one, but I got the second one.
The original Red Dead Redemption was one of the best games ever.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like it.
It's not on the same level as Mass Effect, but
a lot of things have changed since then. But it's
definitely in my top 10 of the best games of all time.
I want to complete it eventually, but I suppose like GTA. I can't play it in like massive space. I mean, I'm just waiting for them to drop an update where you have flying horses, unicorns, and stuff. Because it is from Rockstar, so something's going to happen. Something weird.
Yeah, but that's not Rockstar. That's modders.
Yeah, I know. But
but to me, when I played the original Red Dead Redemption, all I got out of it was, it kept taking me back to another game that I really enjoyed way back in the day, which was a game called Gun. Which was voice acted by Thomas Jane, and so forth. That I absolutely loved Gun, and I loved it so much that when it was on sale for a few dollars on Steam, I picked it up.
Do you know, I actually think that's backwards compatible. I'll be completely honest. I'm sure it's.
I'm not sure. I know it came out on the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the Game Pass. Kimber's mentioned Sea Thieves. Do you know what? I've got Game Pass with Xbox. I keep thinking, will I get it? And I keep hovering over the button going, nah, I won't get it.
I've contemplated it.
It's probably a really nice game to play, but something about it just has me second guessing it, and I think that.
Yeah, I don't see me enjoying Sea of Thieves unless I actually had a dedicated group of friends to play it with.
Sorry, Brandon's just claiming that Kimber died of dysentery.
Well, I guess it's better than dying of scurvy.
Hell of a recovery, I got to say. Hell of a recovery. She's taking the time to talk to us from the grave, possibly. GTA model was stagnant, though. Yeah. Again, I think it's a game where possibly they need to step away from it. I think the way GTA 5 went, I don't think there's anything they can do to bring out another GTA title that's going to trump what they're doing now. I mean, the game, the fact how
people
said that
about
GTA
4.
But it's still making a fortune.
Well, yeah,
it's one of the highest grossing games.
That's a sad thing. That's a sad thing.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you like, it's one of those games you can go you could do anything. You can't take it seriously, and that's why I stepped away from it, because it got too silly for me. I quite enjoyed the single player, even though Brandon didn't clearly. But you know, it had the potential of being what I'd say a decent online game, and the silliness killed it for me. So what are they going to bring to follow up Red Dead Redemption 2? I don't know. I mean, they've got like what.
We really just can't concentrate on the year of 2018.
No, we can't. No, we can, mate. I haven't mentioned that.
Well, it's been failing. This has been a miserable failure so far.
No, all I'm saying is they've got 8 days. So Rockstar, if you've got 8 days just to announce something, feel free, you know, but don't mention next year. So you 8 days to release a new game. That's what I'm saying. I didn't mention next year. You did. I'm doing as I'm told. I'm not saying anything. Sea of Thieves is fun, says Brandon.
Oh, I know. A lot of people are having fun with Sea of Thieves. But again, to me, what Sea of Thieves is, to me is I don't see me having fun with that game if I was just playing by myself. Because you really got to have a group of friends. You really do.
And that's where you struggle, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because I don't keep a lot of friends.
That's true. I'm surprised you've kept me, actually.
We all have our charity cases.
Oh. Enough substance in the rest of the game to take it. Not Sea of Thieves. Or are you talking about Sea of Thieves? Please, I'll say it right now. I take it Daryl's gone to for another coffee. I don't know.
I tell you what game that has just released. Well, I don't know. It's still early access, but it's out there to play. That's actually pretty decent. And it's a battle royale game.
Oh man, we covered battle royale. We covered this like beginning.
Ring of Elysium is actually pretty decent.
You can tell you can do your ring. Okay, no, we're not talking about battle royale. We're done and dusted with battle royale. That's over. Okay, it killed 2018. We're done with that. Here's something I was quite interested in. I had Mudrunner. I still have it for the Xbox. And obviously, it was an actual PC game, wasn't it? Or it's a PC game, should I say? So I downloaded it for the PC.
PC title, yeah.
And it's loads of fun.
Or should I say a franchise? Because I think it's like the second or third Spin Tires game.
Yeah, but it's only the first one I'll go about. Yeah, one thing I noticed as well was how different. Just the game itself, just, you know, from the very start. It's not like you do, right? It's the same mission, but one looks better. It actually plays completely differently, which I thought was quite cool. Quite cool.
Yeah, well, you know, Mudrunner is not about, you know, it's like when you play ATS or ETS. You know, you're out there just to
just trucking.
Just, you know, you're just out there to have fun. You're just, you know, when you're playing Mudrunner or Spin Tires, which one of that is you're just trekking your way through, you know. And it's kind of like the guys out there with their 4x4s out there in the woods, and they're just seeing where they can take their vehicles and, you know, and 4x4 and everything, just getting it out there and making the trails themselves. So there's, you know, and like when you're playing ATS or ETS, you're out there and you're half-ass portraying being a truck driver.
I'm not. Look,
I'm sorry. I am a real, honest to God truck driver. I make a living at it, and playing ATS and that just kind of annoys me because it's like there's no resemblance of realism in this game whatsoever. So to call it a simulator, just annoys me because there's just absolutely zero sim about it.
Yeah, but to somebody who wasn't a truck driver, it's a simulator.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Billy Strange Rescue Simulator. Because Billy always needs rescuing.
Yeah. Trevor, Brandon, yes. I think behind the character of Trevor, I think GTA 5 would be as popular. I don't think it would have been. The character of Trevor was a genius implication on the game. I've got to say, it really was. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing a movie, a proper movie of GTA, just to see that guy on the screen doing his thing. Be really, really good. No hookers in ATS. No, but if you play ETS, you get yourself over to Prague. There's plenty. There's it'd be like shooting fish in a barrel for a gal. It really would. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was being more well there.
You done?
I'm done, mate. I'm done. Sorry. My head. Look, my head goes. It's been a while since we've done. Even though you're talking, and I'm reading the comments.
Well, I want to ask our viewers.
My mind wanders, and I think of stuff I shouldn't be thinking of, and I try and not say it.
I'm going to ask our viewers. Brandon, Kimber, Daryl, wherever you are. Come back to us, Daryl. Come on, come back. What is your best game for this year? What do you think really was the standout for this year?
Console or PC or both?
Yeah, it don't matter. I mean, to me, Red Dead is the standout game of the year, even though it's not on PC.
Focus. What game's that? Or she playing a Dwayne Johnson on me. Focus. Probably, yeah. I didn't make it personal for the record. What's he talking about?
I don't know.
Is he in the right chat?
I'm puzzled at that also.
I don't know. But the hooker statement, that's nothing personal, mate. God, he's proud of his body count. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So they're thinking, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but anyway, to me, it's actually been a lackluster year. I mean, if you go back to the show we did last year, we actually had a lot to talk about for 2017.
There was a lot going on because of there's some big games coming out, and yeah, I think it was. I mean, we were quite busy trying to get involved, and we're kind of pulling ourselves from pillar to post and looking at this and looking at that and trying this. So yeah, I think this year, a case of, I mean, we've been away for a bit, but I think maybe it's because we're getting older. We've kind of just settled into things. I mean, I'm over sim racing now than I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. So I'm doing a hell of a lot more than that now. So maybe not venturing out to. That's a lie, because I'm still buying games and not bloody playing.
Same here. Same here. As you could tell by you perusing my Steam library.
Yeah. I've got, games that I'm just, that's a deal. I'll buy that.
Hey,
like with the sniper ones the other day, 75 pence for 3 games.
I'll tell you how bad I am. You remember the original Evil Within game?
Evil Within. Vaguely.
The Evil Within.
Vaguely.
Okay, well, we've already had the Evil Within 2, so it's already gone into the sequel. The Evil Within, I actually bought at release. I bought that game on digital at release time, full price. I still haven't started it.
Oh, for God's sake.
And the game came out like 5 years ago.
That's
yeah, God of War was a good title for this year too.
Forza Horizon 4. Okay.
Forza Horizon 4 was a good title. Yeah. Actually, I actually like Forza Horizon 4. I may actually end up buying it too. I won't buy another Forza Motorsports title, but Forza Horizon 4 was actually pretty decent. I liked it.
That was part of the Game Pass, so I downloaded it for one reason only. Just to tear it up around the Edinburgh city centre. It's just down the road. That's all I want to do, is just tear it down Edinburgh. And I think the portrayal of Edinburgh is pretty damn good, I'll be honest. It is pretty good. And that was it. I haven't it's still the console. I think it's still on the actual Xbox. But I don't really touch it. I get bored with it.
So download it to the PC.
No. I don't play it on the wheel. It's a controller game. You don't play it on the wheel.
No, I played on the wheel.
You play Forza Horizon on the wheel. You're sad.
Yes. I'm not sad. Now, I don't know. Can any of you tell me if Kimber or Brandon, if you have Game Pass? Sheep chasing simulator. Yeah. It's amazing how fast those sheep get out of the way, isn't it?
Do you know what game I've not played?
I'm asking a question.
Goat Simulator.
No.
Never played it.
So, with Game Pass, now when you buy a digital title on Xbox, or from Microsoft for the Xbox, you also get to use it on PC. If it's goes both ways, when you got Forza, any of their first party titles. If you get them on Game Pass, does that still allow you to use it on PC?
I don't think it does.
Is using it on Game Pass only relegate it to?
Yeah, because it's an Xbox thing. I don't think you can actually go into like PC and get Game Pass. Game Pass is purely it's an Xbox thing.
Well, no, if you're going to Game Pass and you download it, see, that's what I do. I don't know if the Game Pass allows you to use it on PC as well. I was just curious.
Well, ask Google, mate. Why not? Because I don't really know the answer. Can you use Game Pass on PC?
I didn't say use Game Pass on CD.
PC.
If you download a digital title from Game Pass that is usable on PC, can you use it on PC?
Well, the answer I've got here, all right, is if the title is Xbox Play Anywhere, you can play the PC version too if you are a Game Pass member. So there you go.
So there you go. So you can.
Yeah, if it's an Xbox Play Anywhere title, but if it's not, then obviously clearly you can't.
So.
So yes, and
you should definitely. So if you have Forza Horizon 4 on your Game Pass and you've downloaded it on your Xbox, you should check that. See if you can download it onto your PC. Not right now, but
yeah, I'll just shut up and do it, man. I'll leave you to it. So if you buy,
yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
they're shareable. But I was just like I said, according to what he found on Google. Is if you download the title from Game Pass and it's a Play Anywhere title, it can still be used on PC.
So to Brandon's question, no, you don't. You can't go. Yeah, I live in Edinburgh Castle, mate. That's where all Scottish people live. So if you do play Forza Horizon, go to the castle. You can knock on my door.
You wish.
Because I know it's you, so I won't answer the door.
See, I don't see the value in Game Pass. That's a whole lot of money just to temporarily play games.
Well, see, here's the thing is, right, you can turn it off and on as you choose. So it's like £7 a month.
You still got to pay for it.
No, yeah, but £7 a month, right? You download all the games that you want. You turn off the subscription, right? When you turn the subscription back on, because everything's already downloaded on your Xbox, it just reactivates the license. So you don't lose the stuff you've downloaded.
Well, you do if the game's no longer in Game Pass.
No, because once in the Game Pass, right? Once you download that game, you've got license for it.
As long as it's still in Game Pass. The Game Pass titles aren't playable forever. The Game Pass does change the games that you're allowed to play.
Well, it depends if you purchase them as well, though.
Well, if you purchase it, that's another thing. But if you're just playing it out of the Game Pass, it's like what EA did with the Vault. If it was in the Vault, you could play it on EA Access. But if they took it out of the Vault, you couldn't play it anymore. It's the same thing with Game Pass. If it's still in the Game Pass library, you can play it. But if they take it out of the Game Pass library and you haven't bought the game, you no longer have access to that game.
I think Sony's got something similar. I think it's pretty much.
I think the only thing you're probably thinking of is PS Now.
Game Pass is like iRacing DLC.
Yeah. You pay for it, but you never actually own it.
Yeah. I mean, Game Pass is alright. For £7 a month, you can turn it off and on when you choose. It's alright if you want to go, play a game, an old game, see what it's like. You go, don't like that. I'll get rid of it. It's only £7. It's not plus your absolute fortune. And you think what you got access to for £7 a month, it is pretty tremendous. Although there are games on there. Why is this even on here? Nobody played it when it came out the first time. They're not going to play it now.
Here's the one I don't get.
Which I think is out of hand.
Here's the one I don't get, and why Microsoft does it, I have no idea. To me, it's like shooting yourself in the foot. Why is a title on the day it's released, brand new title, the day it's released?
Yeah.
Why is it in Game Pass for people to play for free? How are they making money on that? I don't get that.
I wonder this, right? And I'm just wondering whether they had a use your words, CJ, use your words, English language treat.
Well, yeah, we know how the English language is difficult for you British people.
Well, I'm Scottish, so it doesn't matter.
You're still British.
Scottish, thank you. What I was going to say is, do you think that they were having issues with, say, subscriptions for Game Pass? Do you think they were looking at going, you know what, this isn't making us money, but this is it's a dead fish. We need to try and save Game Pass or get rid of it. What we'll do is let's drop Forza Horizon 4 because you know for a fact that their subscriptions for Game Pass went through the roof. Because people are going, pay £56, £7 a month, £7 a month. I'll pay that. I'll pay that. I'll play the game for free.
Yeah, but you're not just limited to that one title. That's what I get. To me, you're losing money not selling the game when you've got all these people on Xbox. PC people obviously have to pay for it unless they have the Xbox. And then if you have the Game Pass, you can then go and use it in Game Pass. And I don't know. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to put a brand new title. I think after a couple months, put it in Game Pass would be fine. Because then you've made some money on it, and people who still haven't bought it can then go and play it. But to just right off the bat go, here, you don't have to buy the game because you have Game Pass, you can just play it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can understand it myself.
That's a concept to me that just it's weird.
You know, that's what. Yeah, it is.
I'm not saying Game Pass isn't worth it for some people. I'm not saying that, Brandon. I'm not saying Game Pass. I mean, I was a person who had EA access. I paid the $35 or $30 a year, and I had access, and I got some free titles, which I was happy to get. But what I'm not understanding is automatically just throwing in a brand new released game right in there day one on Game Pass instead of trying to sell the game first. That's what I'm not understanding.
Do you know what they could be doing? Here's just a thought. Remember when Forza 5 came out, and then Forza 6 came out shortly after, right? And Forza 5 wasn't quite perfect, but for Forza 6 was a hit. Maybe there's going to be a Forza Horizon 5 coming out. Maybe that's why they've pumped it for free, because to see as kind of a live beta, if you like. I don't know. Just a thought. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Forza 5, Forza 6 thing. Crackdown 3. I saw something about that a wee while back. It was quite interesting. I did like the Crackdown.
I wasn't a Crackdown fan.
I did like the.
I know Terry Crews is finally happy though. He's finally in a video game. That was one of Terry Crews' main goals, was to be in a video game. Yeah, and he's finally he. At first, and that's the funny part. At first, he was just a part of the commercial. And he wasn't actually in the game. And then that was one of the things that actually delayed the game, because people wanted him in the game so much. They ended up adding him as one of the agents to the game.
So I don't think there's anything that Terry Crews can actually do. And he's, you know, I know you appeared in some very questionable movies. You think, who is this guy? You know, he's got no talent. Very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He's very, very clever. He places himself perfectly, and he makes the bucks are rolling in.
Terry Crews is all about just having fun.
Yes.
If he's not having fun, he wants nothing to do with it.
White Chicks. I watched it like 2 weeks ago. It's fantastic. But you know, the weird thing was, right? Obviously, before it came out, it was before HD telly, 4K and stuff, right? So it was on the TV, but I'm watching it in 4K, and I was like, oh my god, that makeup's actually really, really bad. Not that it looked realistic, but you can see how rough it actually looked. I was like, oh, that's pretty honest. It's quite unsettling. Let's see. To them, it adds value. So, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I suppose. I mean, look at Microsoft, right? The Xbox. They are making an absolute fortune. So, is it going to lose them?
I don't know. Well, see, and that's where
to release it for free. Essentially for free. It's not. They makes. I mean, between branding, licensing, I don't think they're going to lose a massive amount by because you think right. Yes, they've released the game, right on Pass. However, DLC, man, DLC. That's where they make money. As always, with all the stupid, pointless.
Yeah, but if you're going to buy DLC at that point, you should at least buy the game. Because then you don't want to get stuck with all the DLC.
Oh, it's Brandon has said he's just got off the phone with Bill Gates. They're not losing money. They're not losing money.
I don't see that.
Brandon has spoken, mate. Don't argue with him.
I don't see how. No, I just. To me, there's got to be a loss of money because you're paying $10 a month for Game Pass, and you get all of these titles. It's not like you're paying $10 a month for that one title. That's
yeah, but think about it, right? How much is it costing them to send somebody a license? Push of a button. All they're doing is sending a code that they've got stored in their store. Right?
Yeah.
They're just sending the key. This leads nicely into, and we've spoken about this before, but it's the end of the year, so I'm going to bring it up again. Is the cost of digital games, right? Where is the justification, right? Where you want to charge me 70 quid for a game, where I can go downtown and I can get it for 15, 20 pounds cheaper, and that's in a box with a disc.
See that? Well, that's with you guys.
Digital gaming should not be that expensive.
I've never understood why in the UK, or I don't know if it's also Europe or whatnot. I don't know why the digital price is more expensive than the disc price.
I mean,
here they're the same price. When the game comes out new, disc and digital are the same price.
I don't know, mate.
For you guys, for some reason, they add more cost to the digital title, and I don't know whether that has to do with your copyright laws or the fact that the UK made the decision that once you buy a game, whether it be disc or whatnot, you own that, or on disc, you own that game. So I don't know whether they're doing something like that. Because like here, as to where, we have our used game market and all that. Yeah, but technically we're breaking the law. Technically we are.
Why?
Because you're actually not allowed to resell software in this country.
What?
Yeah, you're not allowed to. You do not own. You do not own it. You own the disc,
right?
But you don't own the game that's on it, so you can't resell it. It. But because we do, so we.
That makes no sense at all. Absolutely no sense at all.
That's why you don't ever find a used PC game market. There is no PC game market because that's always been the way. But when the video games on consoles and cartridges and all that stuff started doing it, there was no way to stop it because it would already started rolling and all that stuff. So it was always, to me, it's always been a confusion because you can't resell a PC game, but you can resell a console game.
A physical copy, yeah.
It doesn't matter. I have a physical copy of let's just say Battlefield 2. I have a physical copy of Battlefield 2.
Yeah.
For PC. I also have the physical copy of Battlefield 2 Modern Combat for console. The console I can resell. PC I can't. It is illegal to sell software.
What do you think of music, Brandon, as in CD? in the UK, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's the same with music. That's why like things like Napster and all this stuff got shut down.
Well, see, there's actually the services, CDs.
Your mic is cutting out.
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your mic just keeps getting that little fade out.
Oh, weird. In the UK, there's like a postal service, right, where you your music CDs, your DVDs, and games, and get money in return, and it's all above board. It's all because we have bought that disc. Yeah, we don't have the rights to the software, so we can't change the software or manipulate anything to do with that, the contents on that disc. However, we own that disc and we own that game, so we can do.
You own that disc. You don't own the game. You do not own the game.
Short of like into the broadcasting and that sort of side of it, that we're not allowed to do, obviously, for obvious reasons. But then again, if you're a DJ, if I was DJing, I could go and buy a record or whatever and just go and play it and make money off it. It's not a big deal.
Technically, no, you can't. You actually have to have a license, or the or the facility you're DJing at has to have the entertainment license.
Yes,
which then allows you to play it.
Yeah, the license is for the facility, but for
games, well, you can do either or.
We can trade, sell games, whatever, and it's all above board. It's all totally legal. But you're saying it's like illegal in the States. So how does GameStop get by that in the States then?
There's loopholes. Like I said,
it's a big loophole because GameStop.
Because and that's the thing is, you ever heard of end user license agreements?
That's the thing. You click
it clearly when you open up a game. When you open up a game, okay, and inside that game there's an EALU.
Yes.
Okay. Or an EULA. Excuse me, an EULA, end user license agreement. It specifically says you do not have a right to resell this game. Now, that is in every game. That is in every game. But, like I said, it started with cartridges, and they couldn't control it. So it's been something that they couldn't stop, and there's no way to stop it right now without a true legislation.
Yeah, in this agreement, this is where I think context can play a big deal. Right, you don't own the game. So they say you don't own the software, but we're happy that you own a disc that has the software on it, but you can't sell the software. So that could be the loophole, where because of the software is now in
But here's where I don't get it, because you can do that. You can do that with a console game. Mm-hmm. Why can't I do that with a PC game? You cannot resell a PC title. You cannot go to it. There's no store for trading in a PC CD. There's nowhere where you can trade in a PC game.
In the States.
In the States.
Weird. Very weird, mate. I can go downtown, go to like CEX or even Game, which I think Game and GameStop the same company, and you get used PC titles and everything in there. Yeah, so you cannot
resell PC titles in this country.
Weird.
It's like sitting there. Like when you go to Kingwin or CD Keys,
mm-hmm.
and you buy a copy of you buy an OEM key for like a Windows or Microsoft Office.
Yeah,
it's technically illegal. It's not actually legal to do that, but because most of these sites reside outside of the United States.
Yes.
See, that is so. I mean, you could, if you like with me, I just had a problem with Kingwin. Okay, I bought a copy of the Windows 10 Pro.
Yes, you said
I couldn't get the code to work whatsoever. So I got on with Microsoft. Microsoft tried to help me get it activated and and then when they finally asked me where I got it from, and I told them I got it from Kingwin, blah blah blah, they said, yeah, that's no good, and it's more than likely it's and I forget the exact words he's saying, but basically what he was saying is he's like that's not technically legal, those OEM keys.
Yeah, these companies are running. Things, they're probably run from China, mate. China,
I don't know,
they
but
can copy anything and get away with it.
but now Kinguin gave me a hard time, and they ended up making it right. But what they ended up happening is please send us a screenshot of the code being denied and all this other stuff. So I sent them the screenshots because I actually bought the guarantee for this. It was the one and only time I've ever bought the guarantee.
I think it's right. A screenshot. You could have photoshopped that. What is that proof?
So I sent them the screenshots. They're like, "Oh, but look at this. You didn't use the code that you actually purchased." So I sent them another screenshots of the actual email with the code and the screenshot I had sent them previously with the code being failing to activate. I said, "Please explain to me where that is not the same code that is in the email you sent me." And then they were like, "Oh, well, you need to try this, blah, 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 redo." I'm like, "No, I'm not going to redo that again." I sat there for almost a half an hour with Microsoft. They tried getting me to do it the way you're telling me to and every other way, and that code would not activate. Now, of course, they said, "Oh, well, we need you to do this, and we need to send us screenshots." So I said, "Screw you guys." So I went in. I gave the guy a bad review whose name was in there who sold the code. Okay, so I gave the seller a bad review. Then next thing you know, lo and behold, the next day after I did that bad review, Kinguin came in and say, "Oh, well, you can do this, or if you really want, we can refund, blah, 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 blah." And so now, because I gave the guy a bad review, they came and said, "Okay, we're gonna sit there and do this if you want." And so I took the credits into my Kinguin account. So now I have the money in my Kinguin account to go buy something else I want. So they eventually did make it right, but it was a hassle.
It wasn't made easy. Yeah.
It was a hassle and half. So be leery when you buy. If you're one of those people who shops on Kinguin, and it comes to those guarantees, if you have a code that ends up not working, expect a hassle, a runaround when it comes to getting that guarantee to be fulfilled.
Damn. There you go.
But for the most part, like I said, that was the one and only time I've ever had a problem with Kinguin. It's not going to make me stop using Kinguin. I've used them since to even buy some more games because they have some good prices on Steam codes and stuff like that. So, just like I said, if you're somebody who does want to purchase stuff and you're using that guarantee and you end up having a problem, it's not exactly easy to just get your money back or credit.
I think it's designed that way. No, they don't. I think they expect so many people out of, let's see, maybe 2 out of 10 will actually pursue the complaint. Whereas if someone's got the rest of, if they bought it cheap enough, then that's all right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't be done with the hassle. So I suppose they count on a certain percentage of people not challenging it.
But
so
also,
if someone does challenge it, they're like,
yeah. But also with that, if you're somebody out there who does want to buy some Windows operating system OEM keys,
guy's got a key.
No. Just avoid Kinguin, avoid CD keys. Go to eBay. Because you know what? When this one didn't work, I paid $36 for it. Now it was $30 for it, and then I put the $5 and some change for the guarantee. So I ended up paying $36 and a little bit of change. And when it didn't work, I was so pissed because after another day, I hadn't heard back from them. So I just went on eBay. You can buy the same OEM keys for $5 on eBay.
And the thing with eBay,
and it worked just like that.
You get support with eBay.
Yeah.
The minute you contact, I mean, obviously it never used to be. It's a hell of a lot better than it. Remember, it used to be a nightmare trying to get, something sort of eBay. Now you contact, you can't even give a negative review. You have to contact the seller. If the seller basically tells you to do one, contact eBay, and straight away they're bang, the hammer straight down on the seller if the seller's not living up to the agreement they've obviously signed up to.
So yeah, so it's just I recommend that if you're somebody who wants to purchase a copy of Windows, a key for Windows and so forth, go to eBay. They're only $5 and they work because I am now Windows 10 Pro. And my key activation key came from eBay, and I only paid $5.
So the fact you've now got Windows 10 Pro, does that mean are we expected to know that you know what you're doing?
No,
Phoenix.
no. I bought Windows 10 Pro.
You never know.
I bought Windows 10 Pro because Windows 10 Pro is better for gaming than Windows 10 Home.
Okay.
So I bought the Pro version. So, to be honest with you, I don't know why it's better for gaming. I never looked into it. All I just saw was always where it was the better gaming platform.
I think eBay you get some. What was it?
eBay, to me, eBay is not like it used to be.
Or somebody said, what is it? I was talking to somebody, I was reading Facebook. I don't know if I was talking to me. Basically, eBay is now it's just some people think it's just getting overrun with Chinese crap.
Well,
I suppose it is. I mean, sometimes you search for, right? So whereas in the past, say a couple of years ago, you'd search for blah blah blah, whatever it's maybe. Let's call it, I don't know, a pen holder, right? Whatever you call it, pen holder, and you'd have maybe 50 or so different sellers selling.
Well, here's the problem.
Things, right? Whereas now you click and you get the same seller under multiple different shops, and it's the exact same product.
And I'll tell you why.
Pages and pages.
I'll tell you why. There's a reason. You want to know why?
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Because eBay, I think it was last year. Was it last year? Maybe last year or the year before. eBay changed their whole selling program. eBay takes a large chunk of the money you make on eBay now. So if you're one of those people who sits there and buys, who used to do a lot of shopping on eBay looking for used stuff, and you go in there now and you notice there's not so much people selling used stuff anymore. A lot of it's stores and people selling new
Byron.
stuff.
Welcome to the stream, bud.
Hi, Byron. You're seeing all that stuff. It's because a lot of people have actually left eBay because you really can't make a profit or make any decent money just selling odds and ends here and there. If you're not somebody doing large, doing a good mass group of selling, if you're not selling a lot of stuff, it's very expensive to try and sell on eBay.
I think to make money on eBay, you've got to have a kind of a niche market of a product.
Yeah, you have to sell. You got to sell high. You have to sell high a lot of product to make money on eBay. So that's why you're seeing a lot of people. They're not selling their stuff on eBay anymore. They're going to places like Craigslist and stuff like that, to where they don't have to pay those. I want to say it's like 35% eBay takes of your sale.
Yeah, I mean, like Brandon said something about Amazon, right? And this ties in directly with something you said to me when I was looking at getting a new rig. Right, I was looking at Amazon for the
or Wish.com,
right? Wish.com, aka China.
I like my wheel,
right? And how they get away with some of the stuff. You can order a pair of Timberland boots because that's what the picture says, and you get some things made by some sweatshop. Guy, I was looking at a rig, and Guy mentioned something about Amazon that I didn't know. And then when he mentioned it, I actually went down the comparison. And I was like, holy shit, right? You can get the same rig straight from GT Omega. If you go on Amazon, right, they'll hike the price from up to £40 above the price of getting it from National. What the hell?
It's because of the price. Amazon. If you do Fanatic. Fanatic is $100 more than their own website on Amazon.
If you go into GT Omega website, right, you can actually pay via your Amazon account. I was like, no, I'll use PayPal, thank you. Why? So is this an actual something they're doing deliberately? So either way,
yes, the prices are raised on Amazon because of the charges Amazon charges for them to sell.
So if you click pay by Amazon, do Amazon get a kickback from you hitting that button via the GT Omega site?
I don't know.
It's quite interesting.
But you get the same thing on Fanatic. If you go to Amazon and you search up Fanatic gear, whether it be a wheelbase, pedals, whatever, the prices on Amazon for Fanatic gear is $100 more than actually buying from a Fanatic website. And it's just because of what it costs them to sell it on by what Amazon charges them to sell it on the Amazon site.
Yeah, Brandon, Baron Human. Yeah, dealing with somebody personally, it is always better. When it comes to sort of buying anything, I suppose, Baron.
Yeah, when you're on Amazon, Brandon, you've got to check and see where the product is coming from before you purchase it, because it states right where it's coming from.
See, sometimes I've ordered something like really small off Amazon. I look at it like, when it's, why is it going to take 3 weeks to get here? I can fit in the palm of my hand, but you realise it's coming from China, and there's so much stuff. And one thing is, I think it's quite misleading. It is misleading. Is you could have the same product with the same picture on a dozen products, right? And it's all a different description on every single one. You think, right, am I actually going to get what's in the picture here, or am I going to get something that looks slightly, possibly resembling like it? Do you know what I mean? So you've got to be really careful. But eBay used to be this place where independent business people can make their money, and they still do, but they have to work incredibly hard to do so. I mean, a lot harder than they used to, unless it's something niche, something specific. If it's your generic, funky junk stuff, you know you're not going to make the money on it. You're really not.
You know, it's like when I mentioned Wish.com. You can go on Wish.com. You're going to see a lot of junk. I personally, I bought a rim, a wheel, a steering wheel, an OMP, which is a very expensive brand like Sparco or Momo and all that.
I think you were quite lucky there, mate.
I saw it there. It was like I was looking at it. It was an OMP wheel. It was an actual product. It was probably only like maybe 25-30% of what it actually cost. So I bought it. I said, what the hell? It's low. It's cheap enough to where I can give it a shot. And I got it. And tell you what, it's an actual true to God OMP. So that you got to watch for that stuff, because some of the stuff is actual real stuff.
Some is.
But some is all just knockoff, reverse engineered bullcrap. But
this is where in China, I watched the program.
I'm happy your wheel is nice and sexy. Now all you need is a wheelbase to put it on.
Yeah. I watched the program not so long ago with the Chinese market, as in just the manufacturing market. So they could take a car. Let's take a, I don't know, Porsche Carrera 911, lovely car, right? The Chinese will literally copy it, pretty identical, slap another brand on it, and it's just totally legal.
It's not a replica, Brandon. It's a real OMP wheel.
Yeah, because they it's real because Galley says it's real. Branding.
No, came in actual OMP packaging and everything.
Oh, but hey, I got a pair of Adidas trainers in an Adidas box. That doesn't mean they're Adidas. You know what I mean? Don't wind them up, Brandon. Come on. If you wind them up, then he'll start talking about 2018, and then I'll get myself in trouble again. So just don't do it.
Yeah, I'm pissed off enough as it is already, because I've already been screwed over by the post office. So I'm trying to keep that to myself too. Your
mic cut out there. What was that?
I said I'm still pissed off because I'm getting screwed by the post office right now.
Have they stopped your subscription to Weekly?
No, my VR headset has been missing for 2 days.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Is it? See the VR headset you're getting? Does it have like extenders on it so they can get over your big head?
Oh, shut up, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon, the packaging was real.
Hey, guess what? Somebody else in the sim pit bought it on my recommendation. They're very happy with it too. They've said it's a honest to goodness wheel. So,
okay, I give it.
We actually bought it.
I give it maybe, I don't know. Give it a couple months, and it'll be racing, and it will snap or something.
It's not gonna snap,
right? And then snap. This Chinese piece of shit that I bought from.
You can tell cheap products. This is not a cheap product.
Just look at this channel. We have no budget. If we had a budget, you'd have presenters that are better looking than us. But hey ho, we are here. We are here, yeah.
Yeah, let's just stop that at there. We're here. We're not going to go with the rest of that.
We're soon to be here. Obviously, when this year ends, something happens after that I'm not allowed to mention, and we'll be back pretty much weekly, I suppose. You know,
back in April. We'll be back to our weekly broadcasts in April.
It depends how much your stomach can take. You know, it all just depends what your stomach can take in that. But you know, we try and do what we can.
It's almost 2:00. Oh, jeez.
5 to 7. I need to eat actually. I'm not...
Yeah.
Plus, I've had some.
Yeah, Daryl's event's going off soon. In a little over an hour.
Well, no, Daryl's event.
A little over an hour.
Why did he just post it in the thing? Do you know what? I don't care what he says. I beat him by 5 seconds. never mind time difference, right? I beat his lap by 5 seconds.
Well, we'll probably be getting off air in a few minutes, and then I'll have an hour to go in and beat his time too.
Brandon, funny you mentioned that. I was actually I had this family gathering yesterday. I dropped into my brother's house. Both my brothers are on PS4, and they collectively went and bought. They had some money. They went and bought VR. Little brother does all the military stuff with the rifle. Yeah, and I had a go on PS4, and it was like the welcome games, kind of the base games with little robots you bounce around getting coins and stuff. The VR, and it was quite interesting. It was quite interesting, enjoyable. Doesn't mean I'm going to get it, but I'm not going to say the words. Okay, I'm gonna say is I had a shot of VR yesterday and it was alright. That's it. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything else to it because when I do, shit just goes wrong. That's obviously right. Shit goes wrong and my bank account goes. So I'm not saying it. Okay.
No, what we definitely need to find out next is if you're still coming to the States.
I think that's. I don't know. That's a conversation. I might have to bump that until next year. We'll see what happens. Life, life. Let's see. Gets in the way, doesn't it? It just gets in the way. You're glad I liked it. Well, thanks, Brandon. You know, if I hadn't been for you, mate, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much as I did. But thank you. I appreciate that. Your support.
Don't be too happy for him. It was only PS4 VR.
It was all right in review. What was all right? Was Kimber on it? Kimber
VR. You said it was all right.
Okay. It was all right. Yeah. Do you know, I get lost with Kimber.
That would be the review with CJ. Today we're going to look at the PSVR. It's all right. Have a good one.
Next week we'll talk about something. Your co-host used to shit on VR.
I didn't shit on VR.
You did.
No, I did. He's talking about me. I did not shit on VR. I've just said VR. I don't see a real world purpose for it. And now I said sim racing is the only title that in the the plane simulator games. I've said repeatedly those are the only games that I see VR having a future with.
And yet you're getting one.
Well, yeah, I worked out a deal where I didn't have to pay for one. But it looks like I'm not getting it anyway, so...
You said that and you get one. What can I say? No, see, Kimber's comments kind of lose me. Sometimes I don't know what Kimber's referring to. And sometimes she says stuff I really...
She said, because you said it was all right.
Yeah, I know, just in the past. Sometimes she'll come up with some random comments and I'm not sure what she says. Sometimes
you have a hard time understanding English humor.
Hey, what?
You have a hard time understanding English humor.
You took a dump in VR. I don't think is that a new title?
I don't know, but they do have a VR title called "Showering with Dad."
Hold on, hold on. 1 second, bear with us. Just one minute. This will make sense. This will make sense. Trust me.
So I don't know. I don't know what kind of perverted pedophiles would sit there and want to play a game called Showering with Dad. But
Showering with Dad, right?
yeah.
See, we get games like that, right? This is just show me on the Ewok. Where did he touch you? Here? Was it there? Did it here? Did he touch you there? Just point to the teddy. Sex education with Ewok. Jesus, that's scary. I really hope he's not watching. God, I'll get a phone call from my brother. If you didn't watch the beginning of the podcast, that'll make no sense.
I told him at the beginning not to watch.
Yeah. Nothing you need to worry about, but you know.
But yeah, no, I've always said, you know, like when it comes to VR, like I never understood the point of playing a game to where you're wearing a VR headset, but then you're also playing with a controller and you're just sitting there looking around. That to me, that's not virtual reality. When you're in a flight simulator or if you're in a sim racing rig, that's different because you're actually sitting there and you're meant to be stationary and you're controlling the car or you're controlling the plane.
You know what? It's amazing software. It does what it does, right?
Yeah, Showering with Dad is also a non-VR game too. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's still in its early years, and you're slating it. Can you ever be happy? So I know the answer to that. That's what I know.
Hell, 3D is shit. It always has been shit. But it's been around a long time.
The only thing that would make you happy with ATS is VR and
no.
having that VR shovel.
No, fuck you.
Dig the hole. You know, dig the hole.
ATS and those games are boring to me because I mean, shit. It only takes you 1 minute to drive 50 miles. Fuck you.
Right, surely there must be a mod that would suit your needs.
No,
you know,
nah.
You know, for bodies.
Nah. I'll tell you what game I've actually started looking at because we actually started talking about it on the Billy Strange channel.
What's that?
Is that Elite Dangerous game?
Oh, Jesus Christ! You won't believe this. Is he watching? No, he's not. He's gone off. You'll never guess. I gave him shit for it. Now, Byron's in the chat here, so Byron is a huge fan of Elite Dangerous. Him and his buddies play it. A massive fan. I bought it, right, and for me it was the worst £20 ever spent because frankly, sitting there for God knows how long waiting for a ship to get somewhere doesn't do it for me. So, didn't want to paint VR as a pedo tool. You just did. No, Brandon doesn't know VR. Doesn't matter. Yeah, Baron is a massive, huge fan of Elite Dangerous. Darryl said to me yesterday, he's got Elite Dangerous VR.
Yes.
Which I imagine I had to have my little brief encounter with VR yesterday. That I have to say, the wife's like, "We've got to go." I was like, "Yeah." No, she goes, "No, we've got to go." And that's the headset off my head. I just got totally engrossed with it. A game like that would be absolutely, I mean, visually stunning. I suppose the whole aspect of the VR with that game would be really, really good. Really would. But my brother was talking about how he's got this military game. You look down, you got the magazine, you got the weapon. And I've seen so many like clips on YouTube of people where they can't match it up. So if you've got the headsets, they can't see their hands. They're trying to load the weapon. They can't get in. Or they load it and the magazine pings off, and they got I suppose it's muscle memory, isn't it? At the end of the day, for that muscle memory.
Yep.
But yeah, Dar's got. He's either got it.
I've been thinking about picking it up.
VR.
Well, it's a good time wasting game.
Gunjack.
I haven't tried. I haven't looked at Gunjack yet. I've heard about that one though.
Is that VR? I take it.
Oh, it's a game, but yeah, it's also got VR.
Okay. Gunjack.
But there's also a thing too when it comes to Elite Dangerous. The core players are much larger when it comes to PC. Consoles actually don't have as many players, so there's a lot more on the PC. But anyway, so
yeah, it would be Baron. I see a little touch of VR. Yes, the weird thing I found was when I put it on, and I can't remember the game was, but I could hold the controller in front of me, obviously with no hands on it, and these little things would jump up. The control was opening and they were landing. But when I started moving the character in front of me, I can move like towards you, so I had to turn around so you could buy me. It felt like someone was like pushing and pulling you. It took a couple of minutes for me to get used to it, because it actually felt like somebody was actually trying to push me over, because obviously everyone moves, but your body's not moving. But yeah,
you gotta wait for your inner ear, for your equilibrium. It takes a minute to get adjusted to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It only took a couple minutes, like. But yeah, the VR for the Elite would visually be amazing. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
So.
But you might get it tangled in your hair, Baron.
So, right. Is there anything else to cover?
Are we going to talk about 2019?
No. So we're going to cut it right here. So this is going to be the end of the show. But
that's it, I guess.
After Christmas, we will be doing another small episode specifically orientated on a specific topic, to where we will be talking about pros and cons of using keyboard and mouse versus controller. So at some point within the few days after Christmas, look for us, whether it be Wednesday or Thursday, look for us to be doing that show. It's not going to be a long show. It's just going to be specifically on that. Well, it's not meant to be a long show, but
we're going to plan for a half an hour max.
Half an hour max.
50 minutes.
So, right now, we're at like an hour and 45 minutes right now.
That's not too bad.
No. So, but anyway, so we're going to cut it here.
Yes.
Later, guys. Bye, Kimber. Bye, Brandon. Thank you for joining us. And hopefully, one of these days I'm going to try and get a show in here, and I'm going to try and do a show with Billy Strange.
That would be cool. Who now has a voice on it?
It was, yes. If you're a sim racer on PC and you use Crew Chief, the Crew Chief app, Billy Strange now has a voice pack on that, so he could be your spotter. Hello.
When I first turned it on, the first thing it said was, yes. I was like, what's that? Yes. I'll be your spotter.
Yes, Xbox is supporting keyboard and mouse. Yes, we know that.
Yes, it is.
And there's a big uproar on that, so we will get into that. So please join us for that show, Brandon. And if I can find a way, maybe we'll even bring you into the show, Brandon.
Get him on video this time. Yeah, get him on video.
No, if Brandon doesn't do video.
Yes, he does.
No, he does. He doesn't do video.
Yes, he does. He does do video. Brandon.
But I don't know if Discord will allow more than one call at a time. So this isn't Skype.
Never say never, right? I got a PC. Right? So we will have you on a video. We will.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Crew Chief does work on consoles, but not to the same extent. Yeah, at least it never did for me. I don't know if they've made changes or not, but it wasn't as in depth.
I think because it works with a third party, so you have to work off a tablet. Well, yeah. And then if you're racing with a headset, an extra set of headphones, which is quite uncomfortable actually.
Yeah. So
you don't have a camera?
No, he actually doesn't.
You don't have a camera?
No.
You got a mobile phone?
But anyway, so we're gonna end the show here. So
yes, we are.
Thank you for those that joined us today. Stay tuned. In a few days, we'll be back with another shorter episode, and then we will be back next year after that. So again, I'm Todd. That's CJ. Thank you for joining us.
Till next time.